Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news, all right, folks. Get ready because there's a major rumor swirling around the NFL, and it could shake up the entire NFC East. Word on the street is that the New York Giants are eyeing a blockbuster move to bolster their offensive line, and the name at the heart of this speculation is Penei Sewell from the Detroit Lions. Now, before you start jumping to conclusions, this isn't just some random chat. Sources close to the situation suggest that a trade could be on the horizon, involving the Giants sending a second-round pick and a conditional pick to Detroit in exchange for Sewell. And let me tell you, if this deal goes down, it could be a game-changer for the Giants' offense, especially considering their current injury struggles on the line. To understand the gravity of this potential move, you need to know who Penei Sewell is. At just 25 years old, Sewell has established himself as one of the most dominant tackles in the league. He's built like a fortress, combining power, agility, and technical mastery. Last season, he played 10 games in 2025 with a PFF pass block grade of an impressive 88. 2, allowing just 1 sack in the process. His run blocking is equally stellar with a grade of 86. 4, making him a true dual threat on the offensive line. Over his career, Sewell has appeared in 58 games, maintaining a career PFF grade of 87. 5, and has earned 3 Pro Bowl selections. He's allowed a total of just 8 sacks during his career, which speaks volumes about his consistency and ability to protect the quarterback. Now, why would the Lions consider trading Sewell? Well, Detroit is currently sitting at 6-4, and they're managing a pretty tight salary cap, especially with extensions looming for some of their key players. The Lions are known for being aggressive in managing their cap space, and trading Sewell could free up some much-needed cash, around $18 million in cap hit, which they could redirect toward their secondary or other needs. It's similar to what the Eagles did recently, trading Kels to bring in fresh youth and flexibility. Detroit is a team on the cusp, and while Sewell is a cornerstone, they may view this as a strategic move to get younger and more flexible financially. But what about the Giants? Well, adding Sewell would be a massive boost for their offensive line, which has been inconsistent at times and battered by injuries. Evan Neal, for example, has been battling a hamstring injury, and Andrew Thomas has been dealing with a foot issue. Sewell's presence would immediately upgrade the tackle position, providing stability and elite protection for Daniel Jones. His impact goes beyond just pass protection. Sewell is known for his run-blocking prowess, and his addition could open up more running lanes for Saquon Barkley and the rest of the backfield. Imagine a line anchored by Sewell, Neal, and Thomas. That's a formidable front five that could elevate the Giants' offense to new heights. Looking at the numbers, Sewell's 2025 performance was nothing short of elite. He played 10 games, earning a PFF grade of 88. 2 in pass blocking, allowing just a single sack, and maintaining a run block grade of 86. 4. Over his career, he's played 58 games with an average PFF grade of 87. 5, and he's been selected to 3 Pro Bowls. His win rate is an astonishing 93%, meaning he wins his blocks most of the time, creating holes and protecting his quarterback. This consistency translates into tangible results. Sewell's presence on the line has historically led to an increase of over 200 rushing yards for his team, and his win rate alone boosts the run game efficiency significantly. His ability to reduce sacks should not be underestimated either. Currently, the Giants are allowing around 35 sacks per season, and Sewell's addition could cut that number down substantially, perhaps to around 22 sacks, a huge improvement. The case for Detroit is based on their current record and strategic priorities. At 6-4, they're still in the playoff hunt, but they're also balancing their cap and roster development. Trading Sewell could be a calculated risk. They're seeding a premier tackle for future flexibility. Some analysts are skeptical, but Detroit's management seems willing to make bold moves when it benefits the team in the long run. It's similar to how the Eagles traded Kels in 2024 to reload their roster with youth. The Lions might see Sewell as a valuable trade asset to help address other weaknesses, particularly in the secondary, which could use reinforcements. So what would this mean for the Giants? Well, if Sewell joins the team, the impact on their offense would be immediate. Not only would they gain a top-tier tackle, but they would also send a message that they're serious about contending. Their offensive line, already a concern with Neal and Thomas sometimes struggling with injuries or consistency, would get a much-needed upgrade. Sewell's addition could be the missing piece that elevates Daniel Jones's protection, allowing him to operate with more confidence and less pressure. That in turn could open up more opportunities for the passing game, giving players like Darren Waller, Jalen Hyatt, and the rest of the receiving core more room to work. Statistically, we're talking about a potential leap for the Giants' offense. Their points per game could rise from around 21.5 to over 24, and their EPA, expected points added per play, could see a noticeable uptick. With Sewell anchoring the line, the Giants could reduce sacks and negative plays, leading to longer drives and more scoring opportunities. Additionally, his presence would give the offense more stability, especially in critical situations. Think about third-and-long situations. Having Sewell on the line, winning his battles consistently, could make a huge difference in keeping drives alive. Another fascinating aspect of Sewell's impact is his potential influence in big games, especially against divisional rivals like the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys' front is one of the best in the league, but Sewell's presence could give the Giants a matchup advantage, and that's exactly what you want when fighting for playoff positioning. His ability to hold his ground against high-caliber pass rushers would be a real X-factor, potentially boosting the Giants' chances of pulling off some upset victories down the stretch. And let's not forget, a solid offensive line also provides Daniel Jones with the time he needs to make those deep throws to Waller or Hyatt, which could be game changers. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could also significantly impact the Giants' odds for the Super Bowl. Right now, they're considered long shots, with odds around plus 50-0. But if Sewell arrives and stabilizes the line, that number could come down to plus 12-0, making them a more credible threat in the postseason. Especially if he's able to outperform expectations and help the Giants secure a playoff spot, his addition could be viewed as the piece that finally pushes them over the edge. Plus, in the context of the NFC East, which has become more competitive with teams like the Eagles and Cowboys, having Sewell could be a strategic move to gain a real edge in both the regular season and playoffs. Of course, there are skeptics. Some believe that trading away draft picks for an offensive lineman is risky, especially if the Giants are in a rebuild or trying to develop young talent. But given their current injury issues and the importance of protecting Daniel Jones, the risk might be worth it. The Giants are at a crossroads, and adding Sewell could be seen as a statement move, a clear indication they're all in for a deep playoff run. This isn't just about patching a weakness. It's about transforming the offensive line into a strength, which can have ripple effects throughout the entire team. In conclusion, the potential acquisition of Penei Sewell by the New York Giants is one of those moves that could define their season. It's a bold, strategic play that addresses a critical need while also sending a message of seriousness and ambition. The Lions might be seeding a young star, but for the Giants, it's a chance to unlock their offense, improve their chances in a competitive NFC, and ultimately make a real push for Super Bowl glory. As we watch this story unfold, one thing is clear: the Giants are making moves, and whether or not this trade happens, it's definitely a storyline worth following. The NFC East is heating up, and with Sewell possibly joining the Giants, the landscape could shift dramatically in the coming weeks. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Sewell is the missing piece for the Giants to finally elevate their offense and make a serious Super Bowl run? Or do you believe that giving up draft capital for an offensive lineman isn't the right call at this point? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. Remember, this is a fan community and your voice counts. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates and analysis, so stay tuned for all the latest New York Giants news. Let's keep the discussion going and keep the passion alive. Go Giants!